And we're live.
Hey, Don.
Welcome back.
What's going on?
Not much.
Big birthday for Don yesterday. We got him a little twisted up. It was pretty fun.
A little bit. We're here in the studio early.
It is kind of early.
Yeah.
It's not like us to do this at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
No, I said this is the first time the sun's actually been coming in the window.
Oh, man. Is that all right with the camera? I think it is.
Yeah, it should be good.
So, Don has some visitors in this weekend for the festivities. Who all came up?
On the way now, we're heading over to New Trail for the day, but a lot of families coming up. And my best friend Matt right here. I can tell you about himself.
Yeah. I don't know what you want to know about me because I'm not that interested.
All the good stuff.
Don and I have known each other for a long time, though. So I think we're getting close to, we've known each other longer than we have it in our lifetimes.
Yeah, for sure. We're almost there.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's been around the neighborhood for a couple times the past year, I guess, since you bought the house and moved in.
Yep.
It's always great seeing him and his family. Today we also have Bruce on the cigar side of things today, and Chef Bruce used to cook for me, and then he just decided he wanted his own schedule, which I appreciate a lot. You know what I mean? That's why we go out on our own, right?
Yeah, you kept it honest with me.
Yeah, you kept it honest with me too. You know?
Yeah, it's a couple of random vacations, things like that. But I definitely enjoy cooking at the Borough Market and cooking with you guys, and you guys helped me in my career.
That's awesome. Always glad to help people out, like especially. That's a tough job, dude.
Yeah, it is.
And I've been in the kitchen a lot the past 2 weeks. Yo.
Glad you know.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was in there with you a couple of times too.
Yeah, it's tough.
So what are you doing now?
Cooking. I'm like a mobile chef. So I go town to town, cook for people in their homes. I cook here on weekends. And I also cook at this new lounge called Carbon on 4th Street.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's going pretty good. It was like an Italian restaurant before that, and
yeah, that's where Saffron was.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Next up, Ed's. You know where Ed's Market was, right?
Yeah.
Right next door, connected, but it's doing pretty good.
Good.
So if people want to come down and check it out, come check us out on the weekend. But they always come here to the bar.
I know. I love it. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And our friend Maher owns Saffron too.
Yeah.
And Maher moved down to Lewisburg, and we're gonna have him on the show later, April, I think, or something. But Maher was a fantastic chef as well. Like, you got a good spot. It's a nice kitchen in there and stuff, and that's cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Don, I know we're pressed for time a little bit today, so we're not going to be straggling around, but what'd you bring us?
Today we're drinking Knob Creek 12-year. So a little bit harder to find, but this one, I was just popping around Fine Wine Good Spirits website one day. I think I was searching for Jim Beam products, and which this is. And it was just sitting there, one available online for shipping. So I just quick put that in the cart and got it. $62. So you can find it. It comes in at 100 proof and distilled, like I said, at the Jim Beam. So this is one of those 4 premium brands that Booker No invented. So my favorite distiller.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
One of their older products, so they have put out an 18-year. They have put out a 15-year. And then right under that is this 12. I think Matt has one of these, right?
Yeah, I just picked one up
Yeah, it's not that
2
hard
weeks
to
ago.
find.
I think the cigar that we're going to smoke today too, which we'll bring it up earlier, or later, I mean, is pretty readily available as well.
Cool.
It's going to be a nice pairing, I think. Listen to that pour. Put that up to the microphone, Don. Oh, that sounds so good. This is one of the most exciting times on the show, guys.
The anticipation, right?
So, Don, what did you read on this before we smell it? Give it a smell.
So honestly, I haven't read any of the tasting notes on
Nice.
12. Other than people who have had all of them. I can't roll it out. Hold on.
Are we on the right internet connection?
I'm on trifecta.
Okay.
It was going good.
Is the sound still on? So it's just the camera? Oh, so everybody could still hear us. They just can't see our pretty faces. It's kind of messed up. I'm sorry, guys. I know you watch it for my face.
Yeah, I had to make sure my camera got you in there.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Bruce. Thank God for IT guys like Don. Hopefully you can figure this one out. Not looking good. So Matt, I walked over to Dawn's house to pick up our little adapter here, and your daughter was on the floor, and she was just mesmerized when I walked in. It was like I was some kind of saint or something, and this aura, this glow is just coming from me. She couldn't keep her eyes off me. It was so funny.
She does know you as the Pancake Man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The pancake man.
He didn't bring pancakes.
She was waiting for him. She was clearly waiting for the pancakes, and I failed her miserably. She's going to have nightmares about me now instead of sweet dreams. Good stuff.
That's funny.
The pancake man.
So anyway, people who have had 12, 15, and 18, a lot of them prefer 12 and 15 over 18. There's not a lot of people out there who are really, saying 18 is the front runner. So that's pretty interesting. I think 18 is proof down a little bit further. This one comes right in at 100.
This is 100 proof?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be a little more.
Mm-hmm. All knob products, I think they try to get right at that 100, except for the I forget the name of it. The special reserves come in at 110 or 120.
Gotcha. So Matt, have you tried this yet?
I don't think I've had this one.
Okay, so both of you guys have not tried this at all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't.
No.
Bruce? Bruce to one last night. What did we drink last night?
Not sure.
Jacob's Pardon.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he was in with Chevy Troutman, and I got him a.
Some nice Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a good one. So this smells pretty nice.
It does. I mean, I'm getting a lot of floral notes. Interesting enough.
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely smell the vanilla in there too. The sweeter end of things.
Yeah, it's definitely on the sweeter end for sure.
Like vanilla cinnamon.
Yeah, you smell that?
Yeah,
Bruce should
baby
smell a
spice.
lot of shit in this. Like, what they put in this, Bruce? You're gonna be our secret weapon today.
I don't want to say it.
Don't say ass.
I was gonna say like a red wood.
Oh, there you go.
That's interesting.
A lot of botanicals.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost get kind of that hibiscus flower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Outdoor.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it spent 12 years in that American oak. You get a lot of different tannins. You get a lot of different funky things sometimes.
Right.
Those barrels.
It smells great.
Sounds
Can't wait
great.
to try it.
Give it a
Let's
shot.
do it. So this is odd.
I'm going to say something odd too.
Go ahead. I want to hear it. I want to hear what you have to say.
The first thing I taste is tea.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting. Booker No called it Kentucky tea. He would put like water, like 4 parts water to 1 part whiskey, and he would have that at dinner, and he would call it Kentucky tea. I don't know if that has any bearing on what he chose to select as the tasting notes for Knob Creek, but it's weird. It's
Wow,
not
you know,
familiar.
you're right, Don. Like it tastes like a little tea.
Mhm.
Bruce, what do you taste? I'm so curious
I
for
actually
this.
smelt the tea and tastes like a strong tea.
It does. It really does.
Mhm.
That's crazy. You know what I'm thinking about this one? Do you remember the New Year? I don't want to like upset anybody at the table right now, but remember New Year and when we added water, it got real sweet and we read that. I feel like if you added a dash of water to this, it would just knock your socks off sweet. Was that the New Year?
Yeah, that was the Barrel Craft Spirits New Year blend that was throwing out some really weird tropical characteristics. And they were kind of hidden, they were kind of reserved, but then we put a drop of water in it and you got this like bright papaya and really weird fruits coming out of there.
Man, this is a different taste.
It's delightful.
It's a lot more citrus than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't really get that on the nose, but I kind of get this like lime, I don't know, some sort of lime or even maybe an orange rind feel at the back of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like laying on the back of the tongue, right?
Just a little
It
bitter,
is.
maybe
It
like
really
maybe like
is.
more like a grapefruit rind.
Mhm.
Like it's not like the sweet zestiness. You kind of get that bite as it goes across.
Yeah. It's definitely peppery too.
Mhm.
You know, it's a lot more peppery than a lot of the ones that we've tried already.
Mhm.
But you get that little burn going down and
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why the color's so dark.
Mhm.
yeah. This is a dark one for sure.
Yeah.
This is going to add some zing to the infinity bottle, Don.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't think we've talked about it yet on the show, have we?
I don't know.
Did
Have we?
mention it? So we've got our infinity bottle decanter going right back here. It'll be on the table. That is about 2 ounces of everything we've had on the show so far. And Anthony's actually keeping a notebook because my infinity bottle at home is a mystery.
Ours is not. But I will tell you this. When Don and I come up here and work during the week, we always take a little nip of it and see how it tastes. And once we hit it perfect,
Yeah.
like it's going to go to hell,
Mhm.
right? Then it's going to go to hell.
Mhm.
Dude, this is really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will warm you up too.
Yeah,
So
it's
if you're
got
gonna-
that fire.
If you're going to start an infinity bottle at home, one more note on that. 2 rules. Don't let it go empty because then you won't have whiskey from the bottles that were in there. And rule 2 is make your own rules. If you want all bourbon, if you want all Kentucky, if you want bourbon and rye, or you just want anything barrel aged, go for it. See what happens.
I mean, I think we're going to have a tequila in an old bourbon barrel
Mhm.
coming on. I have a couple saved up. And we'll put a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, we
you
have
know?
to. That's the
Yeah.
rule. Everything we do on the show. So
I have my own going at home. Actually, Don got me a notebook for my birthday one year
Mhm.
that is it's leather bound and it has all these special tasting notes, and you fill all the information out on every whiskey. So I just fill it out, and that's my ledger for what's in the bottle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So, you know, we get into some stories on the show too. And before we bring out the cigar, I have to ask Bruce something because, dude, I've been seeing some crazy ass parties that you've been to
Oh, yeah.
online on your Facebook page. Like,
Thank you.
what the? No, I'm talking crazy parties.
Yeah, I'll show y'all some stuff.
So I mean, I know one of the parties was from, you know, a mutual acquaintance of ours, and I don't even know where you're going for a lot of these parties, but they are on fire. And I'm assuming you're cooking at a lot of them too.
Absolutely, that's what helped me become the travel chef.
Yeah.
that I became.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
nice.
And do those guys, you know, take you around to different cities and stuff too when
Yeah,
they're doing
and,
stuff?
If I don't bring food, that's when they really get pissed at me.
No doubt.
I cook everywhere I go. Give them my wings. That's my specialty, and it just flows. It's been working out.
How do you do your
Sweet.
wings when you're out there like that? Say you're going to, LA or Wisconsin or something like that. Like,
Just
are you frying them? Are you baking them? Are you smoking them? All the above?
frying them.
Frying them.
Yeah, frying.
Yeah.
And then I bake them too. While I'm cooking whatever's on the side.
Yeah.
I bake it so it stays nice and
Yeah.
warm.
I like doing that, and I've eaten a lot of wings that way, and I thought about changing it up at the bar, but people love our fucking wings,
They do love them.
and like they're good wings.
You guys actually helped me become better wing maker.
That's awesome.
Like with
The sauces?
the timing,
Yeah.
and the sauces.
Yeah.
It's all in my resume. It's all in
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
yeah.
And listen, I don't mind like if he goes and takes a little bit of my sauce and stuff, because he knows most of the recipes for a lot of the sauces that we made there
Right.
for the wings. And I just want credit where credit's due, though. When you're out there, like Anthony Masser hooked my ass up on this one.
Yeah, I'm giving you your flowers now.
I love it. No, but it's awesome how like you take homemade wing sauces that have a lot of thought put into them, and like we haven't changed any of the sauce recipes in probably 3 years, right? So I mean, Bruce was here 2 years ago, right before COVID, right?
Right before COVID.
Right before COVID.
I actually was here during some of COVID.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
We were only having you could come in like one at a time.
Right.
It was like I remember we all had to wear the mask, but it was still flowing.
Yeah.
And people was eager to get back in here.
Yeah.
That's how I knew that you guys ran a nice, smooth, professional company. Like once COVID hit, y'all knew all the rules and regulations to go about it the proper way.
There was a lot too.
Yeah, it was a lot, but y'all did it, and it amazed me. It showed how different you guys were.
I appreciate that,
Big
Bruce.
difference.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That was just a few years ago, but it feels like a dream almost, or it feels like it was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
it was
kinda,
weird, but it was like the rules constantly changed. It was we had cocktails to go. We'd get cocktails to go from the window, and then we would go sit down in the park on the corner and talk with the mayor and the police chief. They were walking around seeing everybody.
Yeah.
It was weird. Weird time.
It was pretty. I mean, I have a picture of March 17th when this darn camera. Is it the connector there, or is it the camera? Is it plugged in? I mean, we're gonna fix that video. But anyway, I have a picture of March 17th. Actually, maybe the 16th, just after midnight. No, it was the 17th. The 17th, March 17th, the first day, St. Patty's Day, when everything was closed, because they closed us down midnight on March 16th. So the 17th, Amber and I came over to the bar. Dawn might have been there too, and Sabrina, and I go outside and there was nobody. And the Market Street, it's eerie. The most eerie picture I've ever taken in my life. Like zero people, zero cars, nobody parked on the street. It was like, fuck, this is real.
Right.
Sabrina's birthday was like the last time we were able to go out. I assume we were here. And then like the next day was Ghost Town.
Yeah. So crazy. Crazy. Well, let's get these cigars up.
Yep.
Let me pull it up here. So we're doing the Montecristo Nicaragua series.
And that's all it says. It just says Nicaragua series, which I assume is a series of cigars.
It is definitely a series of cigars.
But it doesn't say which one is which.
No. So like
blend 2 or anything like that.
So it doesn't. And this is the series. And they have a Robusto. They have more of a Connecticut or like a lighter blend cigar. This one is the Robusto.
Mhm.
And I chose a Robusto for the next peppery, stronger tasting
Mhm.
bourbon that we have. So this should be exciting, actually. I'm excited to smoke this one. I haven't had it. And we'll see what it tastes like. Bruce, I will light yours for you too.
Can we use this cool lighter?
Oh, yeah. We're using that cool lighter.
So we're letting it sit here, open up in the glass. What's happening, Matt?
It's got a lot more maple on it now.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maple oak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
Mhm. With like, and the spices holding on strong.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's totally shifted. Before it was that tea, the botanical, and now it's totally morphed into this sweet. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm finding out as the show progresses. As this whiskey kind of sits on the table and we talk and tell stories, it always opens up into something different, and it always shifts from that initial aroma into something else, and it often gets sweeter. Pretty often gets sweeter.
Total maple.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Holy maple.
Wow. You can totally smell it. I mean, it's like Aunt Jemima coming out at me. And I just mixed up some sauce last night because I was in the kitchen, right? And one of our secret ingredients is maple syrup. And they took Aunt Jemima off the shelves, right?
Mhm.
Damn.
It's Pearl something.
Oh, is it
New
really?
name. And the new name is Pearl. It's Pearl.
Do you use that stuff?
Yeah, it's the same. It's just different name.
I just don't get it, to be honest with you.
I don't get it. After all the years.
After all the years.
It didn't change in any other country.
I saw a picture last night with Tupac and Snoop Dogg back in the day. And Snoop Dogg was like laid out. And Tupac was in all this Redskins gear, right? And I just look at that and I'm like, man, this was cool shit back in the day. And now it's not. Like, what is going on? Crazy.
Sounds changed.
All right, so Bruce, we're gonna light these babies up. Let me Bruce knows how to smoke a cigar. He's been hanging out with some cigar smokers. I can tell you
You
that.
can put it up here so you can hear it.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Woo-hoo.
I like this already.
Well, that picks up the sound, doesn't it?
Mhm. That looks like it's burning good already.
Yeah, it's nice and sweet. Stink.
Wow. Okay. Hold on. Bruce, what do you got to say about this cigar? Man, it's got a nice taste to it. I'll tell you that.
It has a nice taste. It's sweet. Can't really figure it out right now, but it's sweet and it's smooth. I can tell you that much. What you think?
It's definitely a lot sweeter than I thought it'd be. And I'll tell you,
Really sweet.
the bourbon definitely sets that off, right? So we could talk about it all day long. Like, this cigar is not going to taste the same if we didn't already, especially now, letting that air off a little bit and taking that sip and tasting the maple. Like, this is a nice cigar.
Smooth. It's smooth. This.
Oh yeah. So now this is a $13 cigar.
Mhm.
So it's not cheap, right? It's not nearly the most expensive, but it's a good cigar. And what is the taste I'm getting off of it though? It's almost like a butternut. Like it's got that creamy, buttery type taste on the back end of it,
It
right?
has a creamy, sweet taste.
It does, right?
I can't. It could be butternut.
It's like a butternut taste. It's crazy. It's pretty wild. Not at all what I expected.
I think I smell cedar, like more of a kind of a sweeter wood.
Yeah.
That's the smell it has. A sweet wood smell.
Mhm.
Dude, it's so smooth, and it's just like a creamy butter. It's like a popcorn butter almost, you know,
Butterscotch.
like a almost not real. I don't know. Let me try this again. Bruce brought up butterscotch. Now I gotta see if I taste it.
If you know Anthony, you know loves his popcorn.
Mhm. Listen, when my grandson comes over, like I go through 2 bags of popcorn, and I think I eat most of it. Like I pop. Like, oh, it's gone, Cohen. He's like, okay,
make
Pop,
more."
let's make another one. It's good stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely buttery. It's pretty cool. Now let's see how it tastes with this wine. Or, I always say that with the bourbon.
You always say
But-
wine pairing.
Matt, here's something really interesting, all right?
Yep.
Because we light up the cigars, and almost every time, if there's a cigar that mixes, that pairs very well, Dawn can taste it too.
Mhm.
Like it changes the taste of the bourbon. So I can't wait to hear. And maybe I shouldn't have let him into that, but I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it.
Yep.
It's like I want to hear you guys first, like what you're gonna say when you taste this
Mhm.
bourbon.
I'm getting something brand new in the nose, and I don't know what it is.
Butter.
It might be butter.
And it's not bitter at all, you know? It's like this is a real nice cigar.
I mean, so it's smoothed out, you know, like a lot of those flavors have come back into balance, which is not usually what happens. And the pepper subdued, maybe the palate's used to it already, but it feels like it's kind of smoothing out.
See, I almost felt like the pepper was enhanced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a lot more of that bite on the front of my tongue, like you just bit something spicy.
Interesting. My glass is almost dry here too, so maybe that's a problem.
Oh, we better all take care of that. No, I can't wait to try this with the cigar now. This is going to be cool. So on the nose, this is no joke. On the nose, I go to smell this when I'm bringing it up. I smell popcorn. Bruce, did you smell it? I mean, I'm being dead serious.
It has that butter taste. I could agree to that.
Maybe I just have popcorn in my mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't go all the way to popcorn, but maybe buttercream icing.
Wow.
Butternut, butterscotch. It's in the butter field.
Mm-hmm.
Butter pecan.
Right. Yeah. It definitely.
Oh, you know what?
Mhm.
It actually, even now that you said that, it kind of reminds me of that taste.
It's moving into some kind of nuttiness.
It is
Mhm.
definitely moving into a nutty and buttery taste.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not as impressed with the pairing as I thought I would be.
Mhm.
Just so everybody knows, this is a brand new camera, and it's been giving us all kinds of problems.
It's a charger in that drawer.
Which one is it, Don?
It's like a micro USB.
There. Nope.
Find it next time.
Well, we're back up.
Yep.
So, what are you thinking with that, Bruce? With the cigar and the Knob Creek? Bruce smokes this like a blunt, like a big old split. You see that? I love it.
Like a strong tea and I can taste that spice that you guys were saying. But this cigar helps smooth it out
Yeah.
right after. It's like calm everything down. It takes that little burn out, that little pepper burn. Every time I hit this, nice and smooth.
You know, it does take it out
Mhm.
once you hit the cigar. This cigar, I'm really impressed with this
Yeah,
cigar.
I'm impressed with it too. I thought it was gonna be a harsh, at least one of them might be harsh, but this is pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm. We don't normally rate cigars because there's so many people that do that for us. And we always try to buy or have cigars. I don't even want to say always, but I try to get cigars that are rated at some kind of rating when we're on the show.
Mhm.
And I don't think this one was, I mean, it probably was rated. I would say it's probably like a 92.
Mhm.
But man, I'm telling you, this is a nice cigar.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
cool.
It's nice and smooth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I want to get the crackling of a cigar when I'm inhaling on the mic, and I can't get it.
Might need a dry one for that. That'd
Yeah,
won't be
that's not
enjoyable.
Don, I'll take a hit.
I knew you would.
I think Bruce needs one too. We tried to get Chevy on the show today.
Mhm.
Chevy was at the bar last night. And truth be told, there just wasn't enough room. But I'd love to have Chevy come on. Chevy's a cool cat, dude. And we go back a while.
I can get them wearing for you.
Oh, I know. We go back a while, and I hadn't seen him in years. We didn't hang out or anything, but he hung out with my cousin a little bit back in the day. And when I saw him, shit, it had to be a couple months ago. I think he came in with you, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple months ago, and I saw him, and I was twisted up at the bar, you know. And he's like, "Oh, you were hopping all around trying to give me a high five, and there's no way in hell I could give this kid a high five." He's like 6 what?
Gotta be 6'6".
6'6".
He's the biggest person anywhere you go.
He's very big.
A giant, yeah.
Amber, we were down in Phoenix one time, right? And we were at a wedding. My friend was getting married down in Phoenix in Scottsdale. And we get to the fucking resort where the wedding is, and they overbooked it. And because our plane was late and we got there at 12:35 at night, they gave our room to somebody else. And I'm like Priceline.com trying to find a place in Scottsdale, right? So the only thing that came up was this real high-end, what's one of the higher end hotels?
Like a Ritz-Carlton.
It was a Ritz.
Mhm.
And it was only $95 a night, right? They had 2 rooms left. And I'm like, book it. And we're there for 8 days, right? And the resort was like, you guys come back in 2 days. And we're like, no, we're staying at the Ritz, right? So listen, the Mavericks were playing in Phoenix against the Suns. And Brendan Haywood was, I think, on the Mavericks then, right? Or was he on this? I think he was. I'm positive he was like the Mavericks or whatever team was playing the Suns, right?
Okay.
So we get to our hotel after the wedding, and there's these 2 buses, and there's all this luggage out in the roundabout place where you pull up the car and get in. And we get dropped off by the taxi driver. I don't think there was Ubers back then. Maybe there was. It might have been an Uber. Anyway, get dropped off, and we're like zigzagging, like snaking through all this luggage. And there's all these tall motherfuckers. And I don't watch sports, right? I go to live sports when I'm in a city because it's awesome. I don't care what the sport is. But there's these 2 huge guys. And Amber goes over and picks up a bag like this and kind of like joking around like she's going to take it. And this dude grabs her, right? And he's like, "Oh, no, mama. Oh, no," right? And she's like, "I'm just kidding." He goes, I know. And we start talking to this kid. And it's Brendan Haywood, right?
Yeah, he's good.
Basketball-wise, he's good?
Yes.
Okay. Personality wise, he's fucking phenomenal, right? This guy is A+ character everywhere he goes, has a great time. And he goes, "Hey, honey, why don't you try to give me a high five?" And he stands up like this, and his hand has to be 12 feet up in the air. Like he's Manute Bol almost. Not nobody's Manute Bol, but it's pretty fucking close, right? And she jumps up and gives it all of her might, and she gets up to his belly button. You know, she's not a tall girl, right? And he bends down, gets on his knees, and goes like this, like right at his face, and she high fives him. It was the funniest thing ever.
Pretty cool.
It was funny. It was good.
Yeah.
The Ritz for $95.
What's that app called?
What's that?
What's the app called you found it on?
Priceline.
Gotta use
That was back when Priceline was really cool,
That's the
though,
thing,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had mad deals.
Mhm.
Matt, I know you have a story. Your wife won't be offended.
I mean,
She's not
I
even
got a lot of
watching
stories.
Always makes me nervous when he says that.
Oh, wait. We want to hear one. Listen, it's Don's birthday. We need a birthday story from Don.
I got to think about that because
The stripper one.
there were no stripper ones.
Oh, man. Bruce has a lot of stripper ones. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh man. 21st birthday.
Mhm.
Don's birthday is a few weeks before mine.
Mhm.
So, Don was turning 21 before I was. So volunteered to be DD that night and pick him up for the bars and stuff. And we're driving down in Reading. I don't know if it's still there. The Goose.
Still there, but not the goose.
Okay. So that was like the dive bar. We used to go on Fridays for, I don't know, 15-cent wings. And then they became 25-cent wings. And they were 45-cent wings. And then they were 95-cent wings. We stopped going.
Mhm.
But so I picked Don and a couple other guys up. And there's exactly 2 red lights between there and where our apartment was. And at both of them, I got screamed at that there was a red light because Don's in the backseat sitting in the middle, just yelling red light and stop sign every single time we hit one.
He's still that way.
Yeah.
Even when he's sober.
I said to make sure you saw him.
Yeah.
I'm always like, yo, check that ass out. Over there, over there, over there. You missed it. I'm joking. I'm not like that. I'm not.
Probably break your neck every time.
Well, Don, I know you have a story about Matt. Let's hear it.
Oh, man. Which one?
A juicy one. Oh, Don's thinking hard.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to filter.
Oh, there's always the night in Boston.
Yeah.
That's always a fun story.
I love Boston. Boston's always a good story, no matter what.
All right, so 2 stories. When we were 20 on spring break, so every spring break after we turned 21, we went to like Boston and everything. But when we were 20, we just went like up to Matt's parents and hung out, and they weren't around. And there's one liquor store in Troy. So Matt wasn't, or I was.
You were 21, I wasn't.
You weren't. So it was right in between our birthdays. And like it's like a shoe closet. This liquor store.
It's
in
the
Troy.
size of this room.
It doesnd have one full gondola in the center of the store. It's so
Yeah.
small. So,
It's the size of this room. No joke.
Wow.
so there's like 12 bottles in there, and the only thing there was pretty much was like Jameson. So we got a couple bottles of Jameson for the week. We had like a ton of beer, had a good time, but and she didn't even card me. It was like the first liquor store I went into 21. And I didn't get carded, and I was like, Matt, you can just go in there and get your own whiskey.
That was the week we made the pyramid of empty Yinglings.
I love not getting carded. It's the best feeling.
You love getting carded?
Not getting.
Oh, not getting carded. You look young too, dude.
Yeah.
How old are you, Bruce?
28. Be 28.
I mean, he is young. When I was 28, I looked like I was 14.
Yeah, you still look young. Though.
Thanks, dude.
Seriously.
I'm only 47.
Oh, you got that youthful energy.
I love it.
Seriously.
That's good stuff.
I seen them tricks you did on that bike. Cool.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like I do those tricks, right?
Yeah, you cool.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But I take the best pictures
I think I
of
like
me right before I fuck them up. And that's what I post.
I like them every time.
It takes 100 pictures before I get that one that I fucking post.
Very nice.
Thank you. I love it when people follow me like that. Like Bruce is legit. Like,
Yeah, if I see it, it's like I gotta click that. It's like
so listen, Lonnie Wilcox has the most amazing bikes, right? He's a collector of all things like nostalgic, right? I can't believe he lets me use his bike because there's going to be a day. There was one day I almost dropped it and I like fell and I was like, oh, I saved the bike and almost broke my leg, right? Because I don't want him mad at me.
Right.
Like in that one with the haystack, when I got up on the haystack and I was like doing this crazy shit.
yeah, you do some cool tricks.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's just cool pictures, Bruce. Believe me.
Got a great
Oh, it's
publicity
the
too.
content. I know that.
It is, that's right.
It's all about the content.
Yeah. You should see this one of me on a half pipe, which by the way, this weekend is Dew Tour in Colorado, right? Copper Mountain.
Nice hoodie.
I'm wearing Dew Tour hoodie. And a shout out to all my boys out there right now. I was supposed to be out there. I was going to be the venue manager, the operations manager for the street style, right? And out in Copper, in Breck, when we did Breck, we blocked off like 4 blocks of a street, the main street in Breckenridge. And we built up all these jumps and stuff. And the snowboarders would go down, and skiers, and do all these crazy ass like runs down the streets of Breckenridge. But in Copper, it's not quite like that. So in Copper, we built it out at the bottom of the half pipe, below the half pipe. And that's what I was going to be doing this year. But my legs still messed up from my operation, so I couldn't go. But a shout out to Todd and Javi and Adam and Anthony and everybody else out there. And listen, and I almost forgot to say Jen and Mary and everybody else out there.
So
Like
all those tricks your leg is messed up.
they are. Like and now, so my surgery was to straighten my foot out. So it's straight. But all those tricks, it was before this surgery, right? But like, yeah,
Nice.
I do
At
it.
least you got those content.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You're gonna forget how to ride a board with 2 straight feet.
Dude, I know. I haven't ridden in it since like 2019, like early 2019. It might have been the end of 18, to be honest with you. I think I was at Dew Tour in Breckenridge when the last time I rode, like legit rode. But yeah. So Don, let's talk let's talk rating for the Knob Creek. And I don't know if you want to start it off and have Matt. Maybe Matt and Bruce should start it off with a pairing.
Yep.
Matt is definitely one of those guys that has a lot of experience with bourbons and whiskeys.
Yep.
Bruce, I don't know if he has as much
Not
experience.
as much experience, but whiskey is nice.
I love it.
Amen.
So Matt, let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of joked with Don I was going to do my rating in units of pi.
Matt has a physics.
Is this pi 3.14,
He's
5,
pretty
6,
smart.
7, 8, 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to give it a 3 pi, but maybe 2.5. So we're sitting like that 7.5, 8, somewhere in there.
Wow.
I like it a lot. I mean, at first there was a lot of spice to it, and I was sitting closer to maybe a 6. But as it opened up, I mean, it really opened up. This is something that I could sit down and sit by the fire and drink all night.
Yeah. I don't know about all night.
Well,
It knocked me the fuck out.
and then you stay by the fire the rest of the night.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
The last time Anthony and I did that, it was a bottle of Buffalo Trace, which is a little lower proof.
Yeah. But we did it.
We did.
So you're thinking 7.5.
Yeah, I would say 7.5.
Bruce, what are you thinking? I love how Bruce has the ash just hanging off of his cigar.
Yeah.
That's a professional cigar smoker right there.
Low curl.
He knows.
I'm keeping it ash there.
He knows.
I want to rate it 1 out of 10, give it an
Mhm.
8. I say it's like a spicy tea.
Mhm.
Like a strong spicy tea. If you have this cigar, it'll definitely smooth it out. I know that. I give it an 8.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's
I like it.
recommendable.
Mhm.
I recommend this.
Before we go to Don, I'll say my piece
Okay.
too. Don and I have been very close on a lot and super far apart on some, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm in that 7.5 range.
Mhm.
You know, overall it's 100 proof, right? So it's 100 proof. You know, I'm gonna give it like a 7.2, I think. And I think there's a couple others that we've had that were about 100 proof or 100 proof exactly that I think were smoother. But this is up there. I'll go 7.4.
Mhm. It's nice. 100 proof, $62 bottle, 12 years old, dark whiskey. That tea, the botanical nose, and then the tea character we got in the beginning was probably one of the most unique things I've ever had of a whiskey. That was really, really interesting and neat. Not exactly what you're always looking for out of a whiskey, but surprising and pretty pleasant. We didn't talk after we poured the second pour in here, but the second pour started out at that maple stage and it's kind of evolving from there now. Very, very peppery, pretty spicy. It's got to be a high rye recipe. I haven't looked too far into what knob actually is. That spice is not going to be a lot for everyone because it is a lot. As it opens up, though, I'm probably going to put it at an 8.2.
Hot damn, Don.
I forget what Matt said. What did you say?
I was like really close to a 7.75. So we're close.
So we're gonna average this out to a 7.8, right?
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
And for the pairing, I'm gonna turn to Bruce first.
The pairing of the cigar.
The cigar with the bourbon, with the Knob Creek.
8.
An 8.
Yeah. Strong 8.
Nice. Squarely in there.
So I'm gonna say the pairing is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pairing. I really do. I'm gonna try it again though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm. I can hear your pen on the notepad.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go within like 8.2.
Nice.
So we're gonna do it like 8.1 on the
Mhm.
pairing. It's a real nice pairing, and the cigar is just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, them two together.
That's cool. And Montecristo is a big name in cigars.
It is, but like this is not the Montecristo that a lot of people would
Are
pick
familiar
up
with.
and choose.
Mhm.
You know, this Robusto Nicaraguan is really good.
Mhm.
If I had to rate this, like I'd have this at like a 94, 95,
Mhm.
to be honest with you.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know what it rates at, but damn, it's good.
Mhm. Yeah, you don't often have a lot of Nicaraguans, I don't think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's a
you
it's a big
personally?
thing. Yeah. Nicaragua's a big cigar
Mhm.
manufacturing country,
Mhm.
and yeah. I think the what are the Dolces?
I thought they were Dominican. But
They
I
might be
could wrong.
Dominican. Yeah.
Mhm.
We have to have Andrew on next time he's in town
Mhm.
and get a nice Dominican from his family.
Yeah.
We have a friend that has a big cigar tobacco farm, like thousands of acres down in the
Dominican.
DR.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
His mom's like a master roller and pretty cool stuff.
Dude, she has to come up here and roll
That would
for
be
us,
awesome.
dude.
Seriously.
So right now, nobody here can see on TV, but if you look back around us, we have this huge 3,000 square foot area, and that's going to be the cigar lounge next year, later this year, actually, in 2023. And we'll hold private events. We'll do like open to the public every night. Well, every night that we're open, but it's going to be pretty lit. No pun intended.
I believe you.
Don, we're going to have to work on this week.
It might have an auto shut off.
Ah, that makes sense. A setting, perhaps.
Perhaps. Because that makes sense, you know.
It does.
The video recorder's in use and it auto shuts off.
I guess so. Does it really? Are you messing with me or no?
I think there's something that flashed on the screen that said like auto shut off after whatever.
Damn. So you're just slacking, is what
I
you're
guess
telling
so.
us.
I guess so.
Slacking.
So I gotta ask, Bruce, what's up with that hat?
It's my triple B hat, 3 BBB. Let me look at this card. I wonder if y'all on live right now. It's my Instagram's 3xBBB and the website is 3xBBB.com and it's live right now. So if you type any of them things in,
So this is you,
yeah,
3X DBB,
it's live.
3B.
Nice.
It worked perfect for a website name, green instantly.
Nice.
5 letters is the minimum.
Oh,
And
interesting.
3xBBB was perfect.
And you were like saying the big difference too. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And I know you're like,
honestly,
you know, you got the okay going on all the time, right?
honestly, like, who wouldn't want to be part of Big Difference? Even if it's the bar market, Big Difference. You know what
True
I'm saying?
story.
Like, whatever you do, big difference. Anything you do, big difference. Like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of the Big Difference?
True story.
Seriously, it's like that. It's that strong of a logo. Big difference. It's either on any TV, any news. If you go to it, they're trying to figure out what's the big difference in any situation. And why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
Super cool.
Seriously.
You know, my dad, for his signature at the end of every email he sends, he says, "Be part of the solution."
That's
Right?
a big difference right there.
That's a big difference, right? Same thing. That's what we got to talk about.
Mhm.
Like, it's not about this petty bullshit,
And
Redskins and shit like that. It's about making a difference.
I'm gonna get you a hoodie.
I want one. I want the hat too.
I got
I
you.
want the hat.
Actually, you can go on the website and order it.
I'll order one today,
Wow.
Bruce. I got you. I got you. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Big difference.
It's cool.
Seriously, any platform or anything anyone has going on, big difference.
True story. Yeah.
Honestly.
You are the difference that you make, to be honest with you, right? Anything you do.
Anything.
Matt has a child right now, Charlotte.
Yep.
And thank you. I'm glad I nailed that because I would have been embarrassed if I was wrong, right? But
That was a risk.
listen, it was a risk. You're right. And I hesitated, right? But I nailed it.
Nailed
So I had 4 daughters. I have 4 daughters, right? I say had because your daughter's like 1, 2, almost.
1.5. Yeah.
Right. Almost 2. And when they were your daughter's age, right? Like I was that difference, right? I was a different person. And as we grow and as we get older and as we evolve around life itself, right? You always have to be the difference, the big difference, right?
That's
You
what it
guide
is.
yourself, you lead other people, and like it's good stuff. Like that's legit. That's legit.
Seriously.
Yeah. And it's always to better everybody, right? People sometimes take that the wrong way though, too. But whatever.
Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. But it's big difference.
It's a
like,
big difference.
with anything you do.
Hmm.
Anything. Seriously.
That's right.
And it's mine, LLC.
That's cool. I like it.
Thanks.
I'm a little Yeah,
you
jealous
should
of
be.
that one.
Thanks for being honest. Like how I'll be honest with you. Like it's big difference. You should kind of be jealous. Like,
This motherfucker has to cook us wings next time he's on the show. Listen, we're gonna go down. We're gonna film this in the bar the
kitchen.
next time, so we have Bruce's fucking wings. I'm telling you that right now.
Y'all gotta try a sample of the Chef Young Brucey special.
Chef Young Brucey, I fucking love it. Hot damn. So I think we're all gonna go to New Trail.
Yeah.
What time is it? Who cares?
340.
Oh, hot damn.
Mhm.
All right, so cheers. Knob Creek, 12-year. The pairing gets a 8.1.
Yep.
Knob Creek, 12-year, 100 proof, $60 a bottle. Not bad.
No.
Not bad for a 7.8.
Nope.
Got to tell you that.
Mhm.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love y'all.
Cheers, love you guys.
Dew Tour, winter 2023.
We're out.
We're out. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It was
Good time.
nice. Seriously.